Hi guys! So today we are going to hang out and do my makeup. I know I haven't been on here in a really long time, but I just wanted to get in front of you guys and just hang out. I don't have anything going on today, so I get to just play with makeup and do kind of whatever I want. And I have lots of time. So, first things first, I have a lot of Birchbox items in this mix because I've been getting Birchbox recently. And so the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to apply this Mana Glow Shimmer Lotion. And this is really nice because it doesn't do like what most shimmery things do, where it makes your skin oily. So it's very good for oily skin girls. And I just take a little like pea-size amount and I focus it here on the center of my face. And then I just blend it in to all of my skin. And it really helps because I use a mattifying foundation. And it really helps to keep your skin looking glowy and dewy and happy and all those fun things. So I'm just going to apply that all over my face. Make sure it gets worked in really well. And then I'm going to go in with foundation. And I couldn't choose whether I wanted to do the L'Oreal Infallible Total Cover or the Makeup Forever HD Stick. I think I'm going to use the Makeup Forever HD Stick. They're both really great. I like this one a little bit better because it's more dewy and more life-filled. The other one is much more matte and really full coverage. This one is full coverage too, but not as much, if that makes any sense. So I just put 3 stripes on each side of my face. One on my chin, a little bit on my nose, on my forehead. And I know that somebody's going to be like, you use a lot of that. Well, I have a big face. So it takes a lot more to cover it. And then I'm going to be blending that out with the Marc Jacobs Face 3 brush. Love this brush. Big and fluffy, but still dense. So it doesn't sheer out that foundation too much. I'm just going to work that into my skin. I'm sitting in front of a window for lighting for you guys, and it's so weird putting on makeup in a different light sometimes. You see things that you maybe didn't see before. So we have our base down. Now I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Naked Skin Concealer. I have the shade Light Warm because I do have yellow undertones in my skin. There is a car outside. They're getting into their van. I hope they can't see me because that would be weird. I'm almost out of this concealer, so I'm like scraping the sides to get some out. I really need to stock up on a few makeup items. But I know that I'm going to get darker because summer is coming. So I don't want to go buy a bunch of face products for my skin right now, and then it'd be bad by the time that my skin is this color again next year. So I've been using this Flower Beauty Blender, and it's dirty, so I apologize for that, but it's purple, it's really pretty, and it's actually really nice. It is a very soft material, so I feel like it holds a lot more water, which makes the pigmentation not as intense in the makeup. It definitely like shears things out a little bit, which I'm okay with, just because I know that I tend to go a little overboard. So that doesn't bother me too much. Just blend out all of the other areas that we want highlighted on our face. Love to get that Cupid's bow area down here on the chin. Now before we set anything, I'm going to apply some lip balm because I realized that I didn't do that. Just these little EOS balls. The mint ones are my favorite. Get those lips ready for some lipstick later. For under eyes, I'm going to be using the NYX Finishing Powder HD in Banana. I have hit major pan on this. You guys are really going to see how much I need to stock up on some stuff right now. But there's still enough to make it work in there. So I'm just going to set that under eye area. And I know that like banana powders and these intense contouring, highlighting things are we're kind of moving away from that as a whole, but I still really enjoy them. I think that I have very dark circles under my eyes, and I think it really helps with that. Now to set our face, I have this Maybelline Master Fix by Face Studio Setting Perfecting Loose Powder. And it just looks like a loose powder. I do think it does a really good job of mattifying everything on my face and locking everything in. So I'm just going to take this big Real Techniques brush and just kind of dab that in there. And I wonder if you guys can see the big smoke cloud of powder that is happening right now as I am putting this on my face. It has a little bit of a scent to it. I'm trying to decide if I like it as much as I like my Laura Mercier powder. I ran out of my Laura Mercier powder, and this was just an easy thing to grab at Walmart when we were getting food. So we will see. For bronzer, I'm going to be using the Physicians Formula Butter Bronzer. And I just have the shade Bronzer. I've had this for a while. I'm going to be using the MAC 135 brush. I'll just dip that in there. Make a little bit of a weird face. To really bronze and contour with this product. I feel like it's slightly losing its potency. So I'm going to go in with the Urban Decay Beach Bronzer and Sunkissed. I've hit pan on this one as well. This one's really sad to me. I bought this at Christmas time. So I've had it for a little while. But I really loved it. It's kind of subtle, a subtle color, so it was really nice for winter, even though it's called a beached bronzer. Maybe it's just the shade that I got. And then for blush, I'm going to pick up this MAC Cheeky Bronze Mineralized Skin Finish, and it is golden and mauve-y. It's beautiful. A little bit goes a very long way with this. So I am going to be using this little Morphe brush, and I'll just dab it in there, tap it off, and hit those cheeks. And it just kind of gives us that shimmery color. I have a little pimple right there that's just really throwing me off. It's a lot more texture than I'm used to there. For the eyes, I didn't want to go too crazy, but I'm going to take Anastasia Beverly Hills Modern Renaissance palette, and with a big fluffy crease brush, this is a MAC 224, I'm going to pick up the shade Golden Ochre. I don't know. And I'm going to flip this mirror around. I don't know if you guys can tell that that's there, but Now it's more magnified and I can see it without having to get super close. I'm just going to throw this into the crease. It's a very golden color. But it'll be nice for the shades that I'm wanting to use on my eyes. And I don't know if anybody else is like this, but this eye, my left eye that I'm doing right now, is so much more hooded than my right eye, and it's so much harder sometimes to blend shadows because there's just this extra little puff of skin. I'll just blend that in there. Then using the same brush, I'm going to pick up the shade Bonfresco? I don't know, it's like a purpley shade. And I love these purpley shades. I got really into them when Tarte came out with their first Tartist palette a couple of years ago. And I just think that they're so fun. And they're very cool toned, which goes with my eyes really well, and it kind of contradicts my skin, so it looks really awesome, I feel like. I don't know. That could just be me. This eye is not blending as well as the other eye today. So now I am going to pick up a MAC, see if I can remember the number, 217. Yes, MAC 217. And I'm going to pick up the shade Antique Bronze. Now this is a satin shade, but it's still in that very purpley color, so I'm just going to dab that onto the outer corner. Just a little bit. And I'm just going to wipe it off a little bit, and go back in and blend that out just a little bit. This is a very summer-friendly look. Because nothing is super intense at this point. I don't know if I want to get really intense or not. Going to pick up the Kat Von D Shade and Light Eye Palette. I'm going to take a drink really quick. And using the same brush, I'm going to pick up this kind of darker color here. The color is, I'm not really sure. I never know how to read these. I don't know if it's Liberatus or Salios. I can't really quite tell. I'm just going to pick up a little bit on this brush, tap it off, so just a little teeny tiny bit. I'm just going to go in there. Instead of tapping my brush off this time, I'm just going to take a little bit of this color up into that outer crease, just to kind of deepen it up, because I don't want it so light that we can't see the colors. I'm going to pick up my Sonia Kashuk brush, number 110. This is my favorite lid shadow brush. It is so dense and it just puts the product on there so nice, and it's drugstore. It's awesome. I got this Makeup Forever shade, and I'm not sure what shade it is, but it is pretty freaking gorgeous. These shadows are amazing. And I'm going to go in and just apply this to the inner part of our lid. And it just is going to add a little bit of shimmer, nothing too crazy. So we're gonna go and pick up that brush that we had again. We're gonna go back into the Kat Von D Shade and Light palette, and I'm just gonna pick up a little dab of the black. The tiniest little dab. Just put that right there on the outer corner area. Okay, for eyeliner, I'm going to take this Physicians Formula Eye Booster in Ultra Black. It has a brush tip like the Kat Von D one. And then I'm going to do this slightly off of camera. I'm going to actually scoot in a little bit. It doesn't all happen overnight. I'm getting some little lines on my forehead that I don't like. I'm just going to go over my face really quick. Okay, for the lower lash line, I'm going to take this brown shade on a little pencil brush. This one is by It Cosmetics. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of it, go right under there. And then I'm going to pick up, this is a little Morphe brush, and it's kind of like a shader brush, but I really like it for under my eyes. And I'm going to pick up that Bon Fresco color. And blend those two together. The lower lash line is not my forte. When I was in middle school, I used to put a lot of black eyeliner on. So now I'm going to go in with this roller lash, but first I forgot my eyelash curler, so 1 second. And then I'm going to go in with the Benefit Roller Lash. Brows. I've been using a combination of the Anastasia Brow Wiz and the Essence Make Me Brow, which is a dupe for the Gimme Brow by Benefit. I'm going to just comb through these or spoolie through these real quick. And then just very lightly fill them in. I have the Essence Make Me Brow and just run that through. Ooh, super intense there in the front. Lastly, we're going to apply lips. And I'm going to apply this Stila Bakai liquid lipstick. Love this color. It's very natural, but kind of a purpley shade. And you get so much on the applicator, which I don't like. The only place that I really overdraw my lips is up here on the top, because like I'm really full in the center on my top lip, but it kind of thins out on the sides. And I have a very full bottom lip. So just kind of extending those sides helps a lot. And then over top of it, I'm going to use the YSL Rouge Volupte in shade 1. It's very pink, very girly. And this will just kind of counteract the matteness of that lipstick, because I love a good matte lipstick, but sometimes you just gotta tone it down a little bit. So this is the finished look, and I hope that you guys had fun hanging out with me. I hope that I have fun editing this. I hope to be making more videos for you guys. So I will see you guys soon, I hope, and have a good day.